update on how the yard is coming along. These are Rose of Sharon I grabbed from the back and I planted them here. They're on the outside of the fence towards the narrower part of our house. And I planted them last year, pulling them out from the back over there. They're looking pretty good. They did flower last year. I think there's might be some aphids there. Yeah, black aphids. Yeah, so those came out pretty good. Looks like they did all right there. Here I have a bunch of tulips that are already spent. I posted pictures of them. And this is my little front area. This is one of the trees from Arbor Day Foundation. This is one of 5 I got. And this one might be the slowest coming along because its first year when I planted it, a contractor stepped on it and broke the main stem. So this is actually a second small shoot that came out the side of the broken one. Here's some peonies I brought from the back, just taking chunks of the roots. My azalea, I planted that one. This one was here when we moved, along with the Rose of Sharon here. And this hydrangea I brought from work. I got a bunch of daffodil bulbs planted on this. They made like a line around this part, and I had probably two of them bloomed. I did not feed them, so I didn't get any blooms on these. I should have gave them bone meal or something like that, some bloom fertilizer. Here's some Asiatic lilies I had here. Looks like some died out, got some missing spots, but this was pretty full last couple of years, and they do bloom really nice. I might go ahead and give them some blooms so the same thing won't happen like it did with the daffodils. This stuff is great. I forgot what they're called, but these are super hardy. I stick a piece of them anywhere and they stick and root. Got them here on this thing. This I overwinter, has a pretty purple flower. Not sure what it is. This I'm about to redo with some plants I got from the nursery I visited yesterday with Bob. These didn't do great. The squirrels dig up the bulbs. I had tulips here, this little small area, but that didn't work out too well. I had 2 blooms. That's it. Here's the back area. This is another azalea. It's a pink. Looks loaded with flowers. Some opening up. It's gonna be nice. Gotta start uncovering stuff. My umbrella and these light things. Gotta fill these with stuff I bought. Annuals. More of these I root around. This is Clematis, I think. This is beautiful. I love this plant. It's a nice vine and the flowers are pretty awesome. This I got, this is the 3rd year. Hasn't done great. I think it was shocked the first year, and We had to protect it from Bob's. More of these. I forgot what these are called. The things I just mentioned that I keep rooting around. They root so easy, so I stick them around anywhere I can. I have I forgot what these are called. I think winter something is in the name of them. These are my peonies. They're coming up. I added this year these bunches. These are allium. These are the smaller of the variety. There's the giant one. I had two giant one here last year. Only one came up, but this season looks like it died out. This pocket gets a lot of water. Maybe it drowned them or something. More of these things I root. This is my ladybug house and mason bee nest. Tree, another flowering tree from Arbor Day. There's the other one. This one's supposed to be a flowering crab. This is forget what they are. Gotta look at the book. But they're all flowering trees. I went to a nursery yesterday with Bob. I picked up some flowers to put around. A really awesome nursery, full of stuff, huge. I found lantanas that I wanted for a while. Got two plants. Gotta weed this stuff in here. Kale. There's more of these. This is where I have the fountain. I'm about to bring out the fountain. This grows a pretty balloon-looking purple flower. And these, I have one on each side of the fountain. It looks like it died, the one on this side. There's a small piece of it left. Let's see what happens with that. My daylilies are coming up here. This is another hydrangea rooted from pieces I take from work. That's the hydrangea vine back there, covering that gap under the this part of the house. I wanted the vine to climb that last post of the fence, but the vines don't really grab. I gotta tie them up there so it can kind of guide them. I'm almost about to uncover the hot tub here. This thing, I'm never happy with what it does. Had the green onions there last, and I don't know. I don't think I use it properly. So inside the greenhouse. Sorry. Yeah, the kale's been growing like crazy. Bob took a bunch of it yesterday, mostly all the larger leaves I had, and I got some in the fridge. I taken to the ladies in the cafeteria at work already. There's a ton of it growing like crazy. Got some stuff here I replanted. I'm not gonna say what these are until I'm sure. I think they are what I think they are, but I'm not gonna look like an idiot and say nothing about them yet. This tomato I picked up at Home Depot from Bonnie Plants. It's Mr. Stripey. Put along with the ones I got from Paula. And I didn't have bell pepper seeds, so picked up a couple. These two had 2 plants each, so I'll separate those. Got some onions. I think these are yellow onions. some spinach I got at the nursery yesterday. Planning to pull up one of these rows of kale and just put the spinach there, spread them out. This is thyme, I think. Yeah, lemon thyme. Gonna do that probably in a pot. The asparagus keeps coming up. I've eaten them a couple times. Just has some shoots. The roly-polies are really attacking everything in here. I forgot what Paula uses. Paula uses something. I've been meaning to reach out to Paula and so she can remind me what is it she used for the pill bugs, the roly-polies. These are the flowers I got yesterday with Bob at the nursery. Evita pink. Those are the lantanas I got. These are can't even pronounce that. Got two of those. Maybe go on planters I got up there on the deck, each corner. Got some marigolds. This stuff was really cheap at that nursery. I couldn't resist. Got a bunch. I didn't get tags on these two. I forgot what they're called. Very pretty flower. These Titan Burgundy. Got 2 trays of these. I did a little setup back there, which I did that in between the cut of this video because my battery ran out, so I went to charge and then came out and planted that before I passed that part where the tulips were. Well, I can show you right now. Yeah, so I put some of the burgundies here with some marigolds. There's a little thing. This is the front steps again where I just had the tulips, but the squirrels dig this up. They dig up the bulbs and they ruin everything. Plus, I didn't fertilize much these outside stuff, so yeah. So yeah, I'll get probably this weekend I'll set the rest of these flowers in pots I put up here, and maybe the hanging baskets I have around. So yeah, not a lot of my daffodils bloomed. Very few of them bloomed. These are the ferns I got. I got these very small when I put up the fence. We made the fence without the middle, and we decided to put these ferns all along the middle. So yeah, I put a bunch of daffodils in between each, like that. And like the front, I didn't fertilize anything. I'm guessing that's why I didn't get any blooms on those. Another hanging basket here. This is supposed to be a flowering crab apple. Another from Arbor Day. And this one, I gotta look in the book. I don't really know what it is, or forgot. The blueberries are doing great, full of flowers. I'm trying a different fertilizing technique this year, and it looks like it's doing great. I just pruned them. I didn't make a video. It was very windy and it was getting late for pruning, so but they're doing good. As you can see, all of them are pretty loaded with flowers. Look at this one. This one is pretty amazing. If I get fruit on all that, that would be pretty awesome. They're all of them looking great. All of them are loaded with flowers. I'm gonna leave this one out the cage. I use this cage back here to protect them from the birds once they start ripening, but I got this high bush that really grew tall, and yeah, I'm gonna leave this one out because it reaches the roof, and I was gonna trim it down, but I waited to see if it would get fruit. So there's a bunch of fruit on that top, so I'm not gonna cut it. I'll probably use the Peter Stanley showed these netting bags, which I happened to receive a pack of them, so I'm gonna try that with that one and leave it out the cage. I got my pots ready to be reconditioned. I already fixed my beds. This is one of my good beds, gets full sun. This I'll probably do the cucamelon and cucumbers here. I'm ready to plant my tomatoes back here, rows. I really wanted, I was really tempted to get out here last weekend and get the tomatoes and vegetables down, but it got kind of cold and I couldn't, I didn't want to risk it, so I held off. Right here, this is the bed that collapsed. This is my oldest bed, and I didn't like it too much because it didn't get much sun. It's covered up by this stuff, and I just took it apart, moved the soil, and spread it out between the three other beds. Just finished this last one, and for this one I had to get rid of the tree, get rid of this tree, which I put the birdhouse on, and just opened up some pockets, around these tree bunches. There's all the branches and limbs I cut off just to get more light for this bed. So yeah, I got the beds ready. I'll probably, depending on the weather, I'll probably get some of the stuff out here probably this weekend, and then start reconditioning all this soil from these pots. So yeah, here's raspberry I got left. They grow kind of weird. I just stake this branch up. They grow kind of viney. I've been thinking of setting it in ground, probably somewhere around that area back there. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's it for now. That's what the yard is up to. A lot of blooms coming up and things coming back to life. And I'm about to bring out my shade cloth and set up to start bringing the peppers out. Again, that was something I was supposed to do this weekend, but I got kind of scared at the drop in temperature. Monday night was 37 degrees, so I didn't want to risk anything. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you next update.